Just a few seconds ago, Hurricane Debby made landfall. The Category 1 storm is lashing Florida's Big Bend region. Right now, life-threatening storm surge and wind gusts as high as 100 miles per hour are the biggest concern as the sun begins to rise. But the rain and what comes next for Georgia and South Carolina are raising even more alarm. This morning, more than 1 million people are under an extremely rare level 4 out of 4 risk for excessive rain. Catastrophic flooding expected to last for days. Let's get right to Elisa Rafa, who is in Florida with us. Elisa, just made landfall just now. Can you give us some sense of what you're experiencing where you are?
You know, it's incredible, Sarah, because we have been in the center of the eye. So those winds were whipping when we were in the eye wall, and they have calmed down a little bit now that we were in the eye, and they're starting to pick up again. We are at the location, Steinhatchee, Florida, where Debby's center just made landfall with 80-mile-per-hour winds. Winds have been howling all night as we dealt with all of the outer bands and part of that eye wall overnight. Intense winds and rain. We've had rainfall totals around this area over 8 inches. Storm surge from Cedar Key up into the Big Bend we have seen approaching 6 feet and increasing as the storm continues to push that wind onshore. Where we are got impacted by Idalia last year. A lot of these docks that you see behind me, locals here were telling us they're new. They literally just replaced them because they all got destroyed in Idalia last year. They were also showing us some places that they just gutted and fixed from Idalia's flooding last year. And again, they were worried about what this storm could do and that could ruin the progress that they've made in the years since. Now that Debby has made landfall, it will continue to push inland, but the problem is it slows down significantly to a crawl. You could literally walk faster than the forward speed of the storm as it gets towards Georgia and South Carolina. The problem with that is when you have a tropical system that just sits and spins, it will drop prolific amounts of rain. We are talking historic levels, 20 to 30 inches over parts of the low country of Georgia and South Carolina could challenge records that were left from Florence in parts of South Carolina. So really worried about catastrophic flooding. On top of that as well, we have the freshwater flooding from the rain that will come down, the heavy rain from the storm, but we'll also continue to have that onshore flow along those coasts as well. So when you have that heavy rain coming down, plus the ocean pushing inland, you have nowhere for any of that water to drain. So incredibly worried about a catastrophic situation unfolding along the Georgia and South Carolina coast. And this lasts through the week. So we have landfall happening right now, but this will last for days. Really, we'll be tracking it through the entire work week here from the heavy rain and the storm surge impacts. But for now, again, the winds here have been on the calmer side as we're in the center of the storm right now in Steinhatchee, waiting to get the other end of that eye wall where those winds will pick up again. Sarah?
You know, it's incredible you and your crew going through that whole situation where the eye goes over on top of you. Everything is silent. And then suddenly those winds whip up again. They have to remind people that just because it goes calm doesn't mean that it's over. And it is the rain, not the wind in this case, that could be the real danger to people across 3 states. Lisa Rafa, thank you so much from Steinhatchee, Florida there, giving us a view of that incredibly powerful windstorm that she's dealing with right now.
I was standing right there 1 year ago for Idalia as it came in. Obviously, as Elisa said, it's the flooding. That's the main concern here with the rain and the storm surge. Let's get right to Derek Van Dam of the Weather Center for the latest on that, Derek.
Yeah, John, I'm so glad that this storm is now making landfall because that means it's losing its energy source, which is the warm waters of the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So it's taking away its opportunity to strengthen the winds. But as you mentioned, it's the rain that is going to be the big factor. When the history books are written and we look back at this storm, that will certainly be the big story because there is a prolific amount of rain, as Lisa just mentioned, coming, and it's already fallen as well. Here's a look at the storm surge. The next couple of hours, we still have to contend with this as we push up the waters from the very shallow Gulf of Mexico into the Big Bend. We like to call this the catcher's mitt, and you can exactly see why. Hurricane Idalia from last year, just a few miles away from where Debby just made landfall. And so we're seeing some of those impressive storm surge totals near Cedar Key, about 6 feet right now. Now, the eye wall just crossed, the 50% of that eye wall just crossed near Steinhatchee, where Elisa is located. And that is why the National Hurricane Center called landfall just moments ago. There it is, and that's why she's in that calm part of the storm, but it's the backside of the storm that can catch people off guard. Now, the rainfall and flash flooding threat, this is a major problem. Look at that shade of red, the entire west coast, the Big Bend there of the Florida Peninsula under flash flood warnings. But this is new this morning as well. We have flood watches that have been extended into southeast Georgia and portions of South Carolina because we know what's coming. We have a high risk, a very rare high risk for flash flooding from the Weather Prediction Center. That's a level 4 of 4. Look at Savannah and Charleston right smack dab in the middle of that high risk on Tuesday. That's when we anticipate the heaviest of rain because Debbie will reemerge off the coast of the Atlantic. It'll pick up, intensify, and use some of that Atlantic Ocean water to help drive in some more moisture to this region. And rainfall totals here will be impressive. The wording of catastrophic and extreme are being used from the National Hurricane Center, and they could, again, rival some of the state records from previous tropical cyclones. And John and Sarah, it was heartbreaking for me to see just what Fort Myers Beach had to deal with yesterday from this nearby storm. Flash flooding and storm surge for them after they were racked by Hurricane Ida last year.